I hate it when a couple breaks up. I hope that somehow there's a resolution for this fight to be over. This is the modern day Romeo and Juliet, a Maga tragedy. And I like jokes, but shame. Shame on Due Dissidents and Keaton. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A Romeo and Juliet, a Maga tragedy by Keaton from Due Dissidents. Well, I guess we laugh at a couple that is broken up. Well, I keep it a little bit quiet because you know what? Chances are we'll be hit with a little bit of some copyright music, but hang on, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Look at this. This. Hang on. We're gonna mute a little bit more of this. Luis, much love to you, Luis. Good to see you. Good morning. Look at this, everybody. El Barto, take me to your leader. There you go. I know. Look at this. Oh God. Oh no, guys. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. Realize something here too. To say, oh no, created by Due Dissidents. Due Dissidents made this lovely thing, but it's sad. Look how sad this is. Like they were a couple, a power couple that were gonna make America great again with with chainsaws, with memes, and now it's over. The dream is over. The dream is over. The dream is now officially over. So what's going on? So apparently Trump is very disappointed with Elon Musk. US President Donald Trump said he is very disappointed with Elon Musk following the tech billionaire's criticism of his tax and spending bill because it looks like Elon is not getting a piece of the pie. And before we go into this article, I just got to say this to anyone who thinks you could control Donald Trump or think he was biddable, to anyone who thought that Trump can listen to somebody. Remember, he is somebody who has never heard the word no and doesn't respond well to it, okay? I mean, that's who he is. Now, even I in 2016, surprisingly, even I was like, I can't believe Trump said that. I can't believe Trump said that. But I had somebody very close to me once say, Kit, this is who he's always been. And once I took two steps back and I looked at the long history of Donald Trump being in media, the newspapers, the radio, television, the internet, what Trump is doing and how he's behaved is how he's always been. So he is, in my opinion, the most transparent president in US history. And so, yeah, to be clear, Elon's millions upon millions of dollars that he spent on this campaign, yeah, Elon did help him. But did you think, Elon, that he was going to bend the knee or listen to you? And the thing is, I think a lot of people need to come to terms with that is whatever Donald Trump wants, he's going to do. You have these, influencers, especially on the right, who were all on board with the Trump campaign in 2024, now telling people, oh, call up your congressman, call up your U.S. senator, tell them to stop the big, beautiful bill. The buck stops with Trump. This is his baby. It's his baby, the baby, That's a reference to the Fresh and Fit thing, okay? All right, for the baby. So look, this should not shock anyone, and I understand that there might be some disappointment, rage, and anger, but this should also prove as a lesson that just because you give money to a politician, to quote my grandpa, they're always going to crap in your hat, and they always will because that's how they operate. So there's no I owe you. No, Trump wants absolute loyalty from everyone. And that's just how he operates. What Trump is doing right now towards Elon Musk is nothing different than how he has responded to other people. But the thing is, right now, Elon Musk has to address the fact that, okay, well, Trump's not going to do it and they're going to be in for a fight. We'll see how long the fight lasts. Maybe they'll make up. And you know what? They'll show me that romance still exists. Maybe it does. So Musk, the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and the owner of X, recently stepped down from running the Department of Government Efficiency, the body created by Trump in his second term to implement widespread federal spending cuts, saying he will return to focusing on business ventures. Sometimes it's maybe better not to get involved in politics. The tech mogul criticized the legislation known as the Big Beautiful Bill for increasing the national debt and thus counteracting the objectives of Doge. Look, as here's the thing: when Doge was doing its thing, on the one hand, I was like, "Oh, interesting. How much further are you going to look into government waste?" Wink, wink, wink. And then at the same time, too, the reaction from Democrat and Republican politicians. They knew there was waste happening. They just put on a WWE show. And perhaps maybe this is a WWE show, okay? Where Elon Musk and Donald Trump are fighting each other to distract us from how we're getting screwed up the wazoo. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, Trump said that Musk, who claimed he knew everything about the bill, suddenly had a problem with it when he found out that we're going to have to cut the electric vehicle mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. He went on to say, and if you saw the statements he made about me, I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. Musk has stepped up his attacks on Trump's tax bill, claiming this week that it would push the U.S. into debt slavery, urging lawmakers to kill the bill. The House passed the president's flagship legislation in May, and Trump aims to sign the final version on the 4th of July, pending Senate approval. Musk pushed back on Trump's claim that he knew the bill better than anyone, posting on X that this is false and that he was never shown the legislation. In a separate post, the billionaire upped the ante by accusing the president of ingratitude. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate, he wrote. Well, don't get involved in money in politics, man. It's not a fun game. So it's a strange game. So let's go ahead and pull up this video here, because here we have Trump himself, Donald Trump himself, talking about this.
Thank you, Mr. President. The criticism that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, regarding Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill, what's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which, of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say, people's taxes will go way down, but it's the biggest tax cut in history. We are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle-income people, all of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning, Mr. Secretary, that hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that it disturbed.
Well, you know what? Hey, listen. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm so trying to be nice here. But Blair White, I mean, come on, Blair, you did not have to write this. I did not foresee Trump and Elon having the ugliest gay divorce in Pride Month history. Oh, why? But see, it's a divide. It's a divide between people. And look, there's been other points of friction between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Most notably, and I want to pull this up here, with the breaking. Elon Musk's SpaceX will decommission its Dragon spacecraft after Trump suggested the federal government should terminate Musk's subsidies and contracts. The Dragon spacecraft is a capsule that brought back the astronauts who were stranded in space. In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Now, many of you might be saying, oh, wow, Elon Musk is saying, I'm taking my toys and going home. However, while as funny as that statement might be, put yourself in the shoes of the astronauts. You know what that means? In 3, 2, 1. That means Boeing's going to be in charge of everything. And that Starliner spaceship didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. And there's no problems with Boeing, no scandals, no airplanes falling out of the sky, planes not being built right, whistleblowers disappearing or dying mysteriously the day before they're supposed to go to court. Oh, no. I mean, come on. Listen. I'm pretty sure there's some NASA astronauts thinking, oh, no. Uh-oh. And we better hope that our relationships with China and Russia are good, because if we have astronauts stranded up there again, hey, Putin, hey, Xi Jinping, can you bring our guys and gals home? That's where we're at. And I hope people realize that. All right. So, and the thing is, for everybody wondering about this too, like now there's also the great fix, and that is, okay, how is Elon Musk going to fix his image? Because you know what, being associated with Trump, remember the 2024 election cycle was very hypercharged. People were very emotional. I want to pull up this video here.
He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA, and I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges, we don't have to appoint a Democrat. NASA is very important. We have great people. General Kane is going to be picking somebody with our. We'll be checking him out and seeing, but he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no. And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval Desk.
Yeah, I know. I mean, come on, folks. What we're witnessing here is such a nasty divorce. And the thing is, if the fight does continue on, if the fight does continue on, and you know what, I'm going to make a controversial statement here, and if this triggers anybody, too bad. But I'm going to speak on behalf of every single content creator, be they involved in independent media or entertainment, be they on the left or right, Boomer, Gen Xer, Millennial, and Gen Z. This is pure content gold. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a gold mine here. Start digging, babies. Come on, get that pickaxe ready. Come on, we're going to drill, baby, drill on this, because if this fight continues on, oh my goodness, this will be a nasty, nasty fight. You ever see the movie War of the Roses? No, not. I'm not talking about the medieval fight. I'm talking to one. Hold on, I'm going to screw the actors' names. I know it already. War of the Roses movie. This is it. War of the Roses movie. Kathleen Turner, ooh la la. Michael Douglas, hell yeah. And we got Danny DeVito himself. and that was a happy ending movie. That's Elon Musk and Donald Trump. We got our War of the Roses. War of the money. All right. Kathleen Turner. Yes, I see it. I had to look it up on Wikipedia. I know. It's been revealed. Oh my God. Can't use Wikipedia. I'm sorry. I had to be quick. All right. So there you go. I had to be quick, my lovelies. But there's more.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. We've never done anything like it. Look,
I know, the big beautiful bill. And you know the thing is, I'm going to state this here. Trump's got to be a little bit careful here because Elon and Trump have been very close throughout the entire election cycle 2024. All right. And Elon invested millions of dollars into this. So while Elon right now has to, I know, return back to his business ventures, you know, the money he invested into the campaign, I'm just putting myself in his shoes, is not coming into fruition. He is not getting that interest paid back. So now there's a fight. And it's very interesting to see how Trump will react to this, because this is something also Trump lives for. He loves a fight. He loves a back and forth, a toe-to-toe slug match. Now, this could be just nothing more than, you know, the old school YouTube slop drama. You know, we've all seen it before. But there's also the fact of, all right, Trump now has to remind everybody how closely tied Musk is to his movement. And that in turn can impact Elon Musk. Okay, that will, because remember, at one point, just like Donald Trump, Elon was a liberal darling. Y'all remember those days when he was a liberal darling? Democrats loved him.
we've done a great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, who's a...
Salutations and love from Wales. Well, we love Wales as well. Shout out to our audience in the United Kingdom. Never forget your true Roman name, Britannia. Never forget who you are.
I mean, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his, you know, his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different. And I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody.
Yes, he did. Maybe. But here's the thing. Elon says no. No, that's not what happened. You know, that happens when couples break up. Like, no, I didn't know this. No, I didn't know that. So, you know, here is Musk responding back. He goes on to say, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. False. This bill was never known to me. Once it was passed in the dead of night, so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. And of course, the mood darkened with Trump making a prediction. He hasn't said anything bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. There's no mistaking it now. Oh no, guys, it's a breakup.
Me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, did he, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too, but there's something about this one. And he had...
Yeah, exactly. I know, but it's so sad when you see such a loving couple break up. So, what's the takeaway from this? Well, first, this is our politics. It's Roman politics on steroids. You have an oligarchy system, and this is how it's done. Except the difference is, the only real big difference is that it's public and out there on display. Can you imagine the quiet conversations between U.S. senators and U.S. House representatives, Democrat and Republicans, with their corporate donors, I mean owners, I mean donors. Can you imagine the conversations? Excuse me again. Excuse me. I'm choked up with all the sadness. Can you imagine the private conversations that, I don't know, the Bush Jr. administration had, Clinton's administration had, Bush Sr.'s administration had, Ronald Reagan's administration had, Obama's administration had, Biden's administration, well, somebody speaking for Biden had, was their corporate donors, I mean owners, their donors. This is all out there in public right now. And this is how your government operates. Our politicians are bought and funded for by billionaires and millionaires. This is the game, except it's out there in the public. And this should be a great awakening. Now, here's the thing. Hard Lens Media, I invite everyone to be part of the post-duopoly. I invite everyone to sit down at the table. Trump supporters, liberals, libertarians, Greens. I invite you all because we got a powwow here together. We got to sit down together. We got to light a joint up and just realize that this is a sick oligarch system. We should have a true constitutional republic, but we don't. This is money in politics on full display. This is where you see a corporate donor upset at his investment, the politician. And thanks to the internet, and because of their giant egos, they're going to be clashing. It's not a matter of who's right and who's wrong. It's more of looking at, I can't believe that this is how things operate. That's the big point of this segment. This is how the show operates. And it's been going on like this for decades. And this is why I said this is content gold for us right now. So if you're a content creator, yeah, I'm going to speak for you. This is content gold. This is content gold. This is content gold. This is content gold. You have Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, and you have Donald Trump, the most prolific and, in my opinion, most transparent president in U.S. history, because this is who he is. All right, I'm not going to say he's speaking the truth, but at least you know at the end of the day where you stand with Donald Trump. Okay, and that's just me. All right, I'm not saying, oh, he's telling the truth. I'm just saying this is who Trump has always been. Everyone stop being shocked, like, oh, I can't believe he said that. No, he said things even when he was a liberal, darling Democrat supporter. I mean, come on. This is who he's always been. Okay? And I'm not taking that back. This is who he's always been. And so you have these two clashing egos who are very public, who will speak and speak, fight and fight. This is a gold mine. For a minute there, I thought 2025 was going to be a dead year. Oh no. There's gold in them algorithms. There's gold in them algorithms indeed.
He's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others, too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know. Yeah.
So this will be shown in history classes. But real quick here, I know. Elon agrees that he and President Trump should make peace for the benefit of the country in a reply to Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman may have just done it again. Look what he wrote. Mom, Dad, stop fighting. I support Donald Trump and Elon, and they should make peace for the benefit of our great country. We are much stronger together than apart. Oh, I hope there's peace. But what's another takeaway? What's another takeaway? You know what? And I think we should end this on a funny note. I think we should end this on a happy note for a reference for us all to see the pure beauty and joy and happiness of a couple that, we could look back at better times, happier times, good times indeed. And I think, as someone who consumes internet content, as all of you, as we give our opinions on everything, this is Hard Lens Media's final note. And I think all of you, just remember, at one point, this was a beautiful couple.
So basically, that's how I plan to take over the government.
President Musk, President Musk.
You're not the president. Elon, he's doing it again. This is impossible. The child is only 4 years of age. I just wiped the biggest fucking booger on your desk, you butternut butt munch. Elon, he's still a bully. Oh yes, you in the back there, you have a question? Yeah, did Oligarch Elania fuck up the self-tanner? Cause you look fucking 4 times as orange, bud. What? Hey, this is not fair. Please do not refer to me as an oligarch. You could fucking oligargle these balls, you fucking loser. Okay, that's enough. Please kick him out. Holy fuck, bud, it's a joke, not a drag queen. You don't have to get so fucking offended. Out, please. Get him out. The windmill told me to tell you you're a little bitch.